Let's take you to this now. In the lead up to Christmas, the N1 to Limpopo had to be closed after a horror crash where 5 people died. A preliminary report shows that there has been a sharp increase in the number of road accidents in the country compared to the same period last year. We know many South Africans were making a last-minute dash to holiday destinations on Christmas Day. For more on this, we are joined by the Limpopo MEC for Transport and Community Safety, Mavhungu Lerule-Ramakhanya. Mavhungu, good morning. Thank you so much for your time. Now let's start off with what you saw on the toll roads, perhaps within the Limpopo area, as people made their way into the Limpopo province. We do know that it's always a busy time that side with the Christmas.
Yes, good morning to you and the listeners, and I hope you did have a good Christmas yesterday. Indeed, on the 24th, we saw a very, very high rate of traffic, as you have already indicated that we saw the accident that took lives. But yesterday in the morning, we also had one accident where we only lost 2 lives, especially on the N1. But as we speak, I've just been to Kranskop this morning. It is very, very quiet. It's only just one car after some time. It means that the holiday makers are actually indeed resting. But as a department, we have then zoomed into our own districts and our own roads, because the focus for the past few days have been on the N1, but we have had several very, very high accidents inside our own roads within our different districts. So that's why now we are focusing on, and we are pushing, and we are putting more resources and more traffic officials and police in our smaller roads to be able to help us in that regard.
Perhaps just give us more details about those, the measures that you've put in place as a province, MEC, around to ensure that people are safe on the country's roads, and especially leading up to New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Yes.
One, we are increasing visibility on the D roads and the R roads. Inside, you'll know that if we talk about Skukune, we have got a high rate of pedestrians being knocked down in next to complexes. So our visibility, both the traffic and the police, will be around centers where we know that there will be influx of shoppers and people making way to go back to work or traveling for the new year. If you go to Capricorn, you'll be talking about traffic that passes and crosses around Polokwane, and that is where we also have a high rate of car crashes, and the visibility will be on those roads that intersect and take our traffic both to Moria Road, going to Zanini, and also into Sishiku. The visibility will be there. We have waken up to a high accident around Vembe, where we have actually lost lives, and it has shown that if we start to move into Thoyando area and any other area that leads to Makonde, Masisi, those are very, very active roads, and our Punda Maria road, so our visibility is there. We want to say to our road users, we are going to be putting up roadblocks just to be able to also search, but also critical is to check the followings. The tires, if they are roadworthy. We have been experiencing high rate of tire burst in some accidents. Also, if seat belts are working and people are using that. You will know that around Giyani area as well, Mupani is actually currently leading with the Makuba Slope bypass also having high rate of accidents. So our visibility will be on those roads internally in the province, as we know. But what we are going to do from the 30th and the 31st will also be back. I will be out with the teams. The way we have been doing, we will be closing back on the N1 and also targeting Mazole and also targeting our N1 just outside Polokwane, because we know most districts, all the cars will have to cross through Polokwane to be able to come back to Kranskop and go to other provinces.
Mm. And MEC, then just your message to those that will be traveling, some that might be still going into the Limpopo province perhaps from today, but specifically for those that will be leaving that province come the new year.
Our message is simple. Let's live beyond December. We are urging anyone that is on the road now. All our roads in the province are wet. So we request that let everybody make sure that they've got good tires, but also drive on a limited speed. You know, patience is what is very, very critical on all the road users. And I want to say to all those that will be going back, we know that tomorrow on Monday on the 27th, I'll be working on the R101 because we know that those that have finished Christmas and wants to drive back, they want to run away from the toll gates. So please be patient when you enter Mokopane town, Mokopong town, and the Newzroom, because when you use the R101, there is a lot of traffic from tomorrow going back into Gauteng and also into Northwest. So we are saying to the road users, please be patient and make sure you can see spaces in between your car and the other car because our roads are wet. But we want to say to those that will still be leaving just after New Year, or those that are coming into the province just before New Year, we have tried our best to make sure that we had a situation of the spikes that has been dealt with. Be vigilant. Do not stop if you do not know the car that is on the road. Do not stop if you are being stopped by people that do not look like police. Because we know we have got cars that are patrolling in between toll gates, but we know that cars can just stop and want to behave as if they are asking for help. So please do not stop. And lastly, our message from the Department of Transport has always been clear that let's live beyond December and let's always aim to arrive alive.
Limpopo MEC for Transport and Community Safety, Mavhungu Lerule-Ramakhanya, thank you so much for your time this morning and for those words of wisdom. Arrive alive.